Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Mom's View.
I did this face because I was like, it's Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! How were your holidays?
So I can't believe they're over. I know that sounds so cliche to say, but
Right? They do go faster and faster every year.
I'm like, why? Stop. We just took down our Christmas tree.
No,
Jackson was excited. I was not.
Jackson's like, get it out of here. That's how Casey is too. Like, get it all down. I took my ornaments off of mine, but I've left it up because I'm just like not ready for it to be gone.
I think that's so cute in January just to leave your tree up, you know?
Mine would be, except for the bottom lights have burnt out. So it's like the top is lit and then the bottom is
It's
not.
an ombre tree.
Yeah. Okay.
So in right now.
But it's hard. It is hard to put everything away. It's also, it's like this great feeling because it's kind of cluttery, I feel like.
Yeah.
But then it seems so empty and just like, oh. It's
Oh.
over.
I feel like for me this year, I wasn't like thrilled to get it up, and now I'm like, I'm just ready to take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just done. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm ready for a fresh start.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like 2016 was kind of a rough year for me,
Yeah.
but
2017.
here we come.
Ready or not, because we're already in it. And I'm like, how did this happen? We're having our babies in 3 months. I'm not ready at all.
I know.
No.
It still seems so far away though.
I don't have anything.
I don't
I know, but I remember with Cooper,
It's
it was
gonna
like,
go so fast.
Yeah.
the crib was already up, I'm sure, by then.
You know what I found with each of my pregnancies, because I've never felt ready. I've never had like a nursery ready. I've never like had a crib up even, is that you really don't need those things.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if I'm feeling like way too relaxed. Like, oh, I have some clothes, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I just feel like,
I think you're just a seasoned mom.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, they really don't require as much as we think that they do.
With your first baby. Mm-hmm. Feels like I'm having another first baby. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta get the car ready. And you know who's even worse is Jackson. He's like, we need 2 strollers, 2 car seats. I'm like, why 2? I'm only having 1, right? And he's like, well, I need 1 and you need 1. I'm like, okay.
yeah, whatever.
Sure.
That's fun
how
though.
you
It's
feel.
also like your personality. Like I'm much more just like, well, we'll see what happens. And you're very like you're way more organized than me. So that makes a difference too.
Yeah.
But I just want it to be April. That's all I keep thinking. Like, oh, I just want it to be here. I'm just ready. I'm just feeling large
They
and
need to cookie a
Yeah,
little
we need
more.
to cook a little longer.
Yes.
It's so crazy though, because like once that hits,
Donut on my
your
belly.
life will change so much.
Yeah.
Again,
I know.
Yeah, that is something that I'm having a hard time with right now, is knowing that Winston won't be my baby anymore. I'm having such a hard time. Like I just stare at him like, you're gonna look so big to me, because right now everything that he does, I'm just like, you're so little and you're doing that. And like he's gonna seem so huge. And we've been talking a lot about the baby and like that he'll get to hold the baby. And yesterday he was holding his Captain America and he was like, Mama baby, and he was doing this and I was like, you're my baby.
I still do that with Cooper, and he's 9 and bigger than me, so it gets
Yeah.
kind of awkward, but I'm like, you're still my baby. It's like, Mom, you're embarrassing me.
He loves it. They love it.
Yeah. It's a fun thought to think about Cooper holding the baby. It just blows my mind a little bit.
Gosh, I was dying over Cooper's calendar in the month of April.
I just cried. He made for Christmas, he made like a calendar they did at school. And April was like the only month he really decorated and wrote anything down in the dates. And on the 10th, he wrote, Elliot's born. I'm like, I wish it would happen just like that.
Yeah.
So
was
cute.
really
I know
cute of him.
perfectly.
Yeah, just go on that day.
We're just gonna schedule it perfectly.
But now that it's like a new year, like other people could get pregnant this year, you know? Like,
Or not.
or not, but like they could still because it's a new year. So if you want to leave down in the comments how you feel about that,
Like, which one of us should get pregnant in 2017?
since we've already done that. Gosh, goals,
which one
check,
of us?
check.
You guys.
Sorry, Colette, you just feel all the pregnancy pressure.
Oh no, no.
Just
worries.
always.
I did have Dax and Brock when you guys were gone for your anniversary trip, and I was like, I don't blame Colette. It's a little harder than you think, like having Cooper and those 2 and then just being pregnant going through the grocery store. And people are just like looking at me like, you're doing this more, lady.
What are you doing?
It's so
to
weird. I'm like,
yourself?
there's only 3 kids, but I really felt like maybe I was feeling, I don't know, like just insecure or whatever. But I felt like people were like, oh, here's a lady with all the kids, you know. I'm just waddling down the highway.
Can
like,
you imagine in California with
Oh,
for
gosh.
Colette, like
Oh,
having
yeah.
her kids? And
Yeah, when we'd all
the
go to
looks?
dinner as like a family, people would look at us like, is this like some Brady Bunch polygamy group, whatever?
Something like that.
We just really like kids.
We do.
We don't hate them, you know?
Yeah, that was always weird, being pregnant and having 4 kids in LA. It was like, I think I need to go back to Idaho now.
I know I even felt like weird at the doctor's office. I had a lot of people say like, do you want to get your tubes tied? Because it was my 3rd pregnancy. And they're like, it's time, right? And I was just like, well, I think I want more.
Like you're like a lab and you just keep getting breeds of litters of puppies. You're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, it's just so different. And it is, I mean, overpopulated there. So they're probably like, stop.
Yeah, I definitely got that from a doctor. Like, you're good. You have how many? And they're like, well, so do you want to make this, like, I have this new procedure. I'm like, no, I don't want any new procedures. And they're like, what?
You would have more.
Yeah. And that
funny.
was when I think I was pregnant with Brock. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Bless their hearts. Now look at us,
Got
just
a few more.
20 kids deep, and we're
And now
still
we have
going.
more.
How were the holidays being pregnant? Did you have fun, or was it like, I felt anxious for next year to have the baby here.
It was kind of like, it was like a sweet feeling, because I remember thinking like, this is my last Christmas with just me and Jackson and Cooper, and I kind of like loved that little tender moment where it was just like, this will be our last. And then like as Jackson and I were putting up the tree, I'm like, next year we won't be able to do it like this because we'll have a like baby like pulling on it, and it's been so long since that's been my life. And so it was just kind of like a fun, like I was able to cherish this year because I knew it was like my last. But then at the same time, I was like, next year will just be so different with having a baby for Christmas. So
That's kind of how I felt too. The kids talked a lot about how excited they were for the baby to be here next year. But I think as a mom, you realize like your attention's going to be pulled that much more. And so I tried to like really focus on each of my children and like just give them a little extra attention because I know it will be so different. It will be so great, but it will just be so different. And it's always like, it's exciting, but it's hard because it's such a huge change.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a great change, but it's just like, can I do this? Am I really going to be able to do this?
yes, we're going to rock it. I do feel like next year we're not going to travel. We traveled so much, and it was just so hard, and I felt like we were able to enjoy like our house and our decorations. So I'm like, next year we're locking ourselves in this home. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of what we did for the holidays, and I was really grateful for it. We skied a ton.
That's so fun.
And that was part of my, like, if I was pregnant, I couldn't do this. So I'm not getting pregnant.
The pregnant people can't do anything.
I know.
I read comments all the time of all the things I'm doing to injure my baby. I'm like, oh. Like, I didn't know I could breathe or I was going to kill a child of mine. Jeez.
Your lungs will crush down on them.
Carlie, are you allowed to wear black? I heard that's really bad while you're pregnant. Like,
it's true.
I didn't know that.
You need to just plan it just right, like so that you can get pregnant at the end of ski season or like the end-ish.
And then
Like-
use the ski season to get back in shape.
Like 2 more months. And you could get pregnant.
Wait a second.
Sorry. That is like one thing, like I'm not a huge skier, but I was actually a little sad this year because it's like I saw you going and I was like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah. I have already felt like I've had to relearn it all again.
Yeah.
I'm like, my
So fun though
muscles
because
don't work.
it's like a good workout. I remember last year feeling embarrassed because Jackson's like, was that fun? And I was like, yeah. And my like thighs were burning. I was like, I think it was such a workout. Jeez, ow.
And the snow has been so awesome this
It's
year.
been amazing this year. Yeah,
You guys
it's
are praying
been
to the right
awesome.
snow gods.
Yep, it's working. Doing all our
It's
snow
like the most
dances
snow
every night.
Idaho
Little
has ever
ritual.
had. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shoe actually almost did not happen.
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
stuck in my driveway today.
It's really bad out there and really good, depending on which way you want to look at it.
Yeah.
It is really good. Well, 16 was an exciting year. I was thinking back to the beginning of 2016 and how we started the Moms U, just the 3 of us.
How scared we were.
And it seemed like such a long time ago. It didn't seem like only a year. It seemed like it had been like 2 years that we've been doing this just because it's been so much time and so much thought and so much energy put towards this.
And so much has changed.
And yeah, so much has changed. But I was also just like, yes, we did it 1 year down. And I just feel like,
Oh, don't just knuckles because I coughed in these hands, I think. I was going to do open
We all
fives,
have
but then I was like,
cold. So, but I was just like, that's amazing. Like we did it and it was hard and we
all
powered
did it.
through.
Yes.
Yes, we have an amazing crew.
crew and commenters and supporters. We've been through a lot. Like, there's been times where we've borderline been in fights and crying,
Or
and there's
where one
been
of us
times
wants to quit and the other one's
Yes.
like, okay, no, we're gonna
we've
get
all
through this.
equally quit on different days. Luckily, it all hasn't been on the same
right.
day.
I know, right?
There's been days where Kayli would show up, she's like, I'm done, I can't do this.
Can't.
Like, people hate me, I'm quitting. So, I'm
Yeah.
proud of us. We did it, you guys. We have a good crew behind this, and I still believe in the Moms Do.
Yeah. Yes, heck yeah.
It's
I
gone
know, I
through
feel
some.
like-
Oh my gosh! Think about back to day one when we were back in California, and we were trying to sit down and figure out what it was, and we were like having different girls on to like fill the spots, and then obviously Maker would make decisions before we even knew, and like, oh yeah, we're not doing your show anymore. You guys are just gonna do it, and we're like, okay.
Well, it went through such a change. Like at the beginning, we were so involved and we did plan everything and we did come up with the show ideas and everything was like our idea and then ran through Maker kind of. And then it kind of all switched around and it was like Maker just telling us to show up at this time and this is what we were doing. And then it totally then got thrown into our lab. So it was just like, whoa, what?
You do everything. But I'm proud
But
of
it
us.
has been an adventure.
Yeah, it's been good.
I feel like we've learned a lot and grown a lot in ways that we never imagined that we would. So I'm really grateful.
Yeah, I'm excited for 2017. I think we all have big ideas and things that we want to do and
And we're finally in like a routine. So it's like, okay, now we can really look at what vision we want. For it all.
I feel like we have so many visions, but it's really hard with like, because I think some things that maybe people forget is like this isn't our main job. Like the Moms Do isn't our main job. We have other channels that we're running and families, and this is something we would love to give all of our attention to, but I'm proud of us because I feel like every time after we get done shooting, I always just feel like, yes, like remotivated by the things that we've done. So that's a good
I
feeling.
feel like I feel like
I feel like it all the time.
I feel so nice.
You are so nice.
I was gonna say one of the things that I've loved about the Moms Do is just getting that time to spend with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, intimately.
We never do this.
Because we don't get to like have girls' night very often with all the, we have kids and families and all so much going on that I'm like
sweaty children that
feel
need
like-
food. You know?
yeah. I feel like this is part of the thing that I need. It's like my
Yes.
babies.
I think that we should do more like Mom's View spa days.
Yes.
Mom's View ladies nights.
It was a unison.
Honey, it's for the moms here.
It's planning. It's a meeting. I swear.
It's the
Yes,
spa.
I'm getting a pedicure and a mani, but
I tell you what, though, those like moments where someone will rub my foot, I cherish them. I'm like, yes, I love you so much.
I love you.
You know, you need to get, Gage got me like a foot massager thing. And when I opened it, I was like, what is that? And every day I'm like, use it.
So nice.
Thank you, Gage. What are some of your like favorite moments though of 2016? Hard and good year, but like what were your like moments that you're like, oh,
Well, as we started talking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't realize like we started the Moms Do. It's like I did feel like this was a really hard year, but that's because so much happened. Like our movie came out, Vlogumentary.
no big deal.
That was
Movie stars.
Oh, can I tell you the gray hairs that Shay and I have grown through that movie? It's been such a challenge, but like that happened and Shay's book. I feel like that was the beginning of this year, wasn't it?
Jeez, I have a lot to live up to.
But I was like,
Movies,
whoa,
books.
this year was so hard. And then I start to think about it. I'm like, yeah,
wonder.
it's okay. It's okay to feel this way, Colette. Look what happened
Those are
this
big
year.
things. It's a big
and,
deal.
And not that it was a bad thing, but it was like, wow,
Yeah.
just so much happened this year. And I'm really grateful for everything. And Shay and I both have felt like, oh, I'm so grateful that this is finished and that is finished. And now we're going to focus on our next adventure, you know?
Yeah. Do you know what that is yet?
Not a baby.
I wasn't even implying that.
Well, maybe. No, I don't know. Well, no, neither one of us know. We really just want to finish. You know, we've said we're going to end the vlogs on March 5th.
You still feeling good
and
about
take
that?
a year off. I am.
Yeah.
I am. I have my moments where I'm like, oh, but look what we can like accomplish and like the things that we can vlog and put out there. But then there's days where I'm like, I can't film anymore.
Yeah.
It feels like there is something else on the horizon that I feel like I want to open the doors for.
Right.
And I think that Shay feels the same.
Is that a swear word?
Phil Shay. Words are hard for me right now.
It's been a long year.
Yeah, but I feel like we both are ready to kind of take a step back and look at our goals together in the YouTube direction and whatever other directions we want to go. And
that's awesome.
Really knowing that the possibilities are so open right now is a little bit scary, but also
Kind of exciting.
really exciting.
Yeah. Because you could do anything you want. I mean, what do you have left to do? Like, You've done a lot of great things. You know, you book, movie.
You should just take a break.
Yeah.
You know, honestly,
Like,
I want to
relax.
build
Buy
a
a
greenhouse.
buy a spa.
Yeah.
Oh, or
That's what I
get
wanna
a
do.
greenhouse in the spa, you know?
I was
Or
looking at
whatever.
a spa in the
Words.
greenhouse. Words, they're too hard. Yeah, I was looking at a magazine the other day that was talking about like herbs and stuff, and I'm like, I forgot how much I love nutrition and
Yeah.
like gardening, and I haven't done any of that.
That'd be
I'm
so
like,
fun. To be able to
wanna
make
build a
your own
greenhouse.
salsa. Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Food's just on my mind, you know?
Anyways, just throwing stuff out there, you know.
That'd be so cool though. Like you could easily do that in your backyard, you know? Idaho mountains. You become a real farmer there, Colette.
Yeah.
Casey grows a lot of vegetables, so you can just use his
Oh
vegetables.
yeah, you
and
guys do
can-
fresh salsa.
I do not. Casey does.
You support him in that. You're a
That's like
wife. You get a
Casey's
claim to
You know
that.
what is so funny? I forget. I totally forget he has a garden. So when he leaves, I like forget to pick the vegetables. Because I just forget. I'm like, I have these things and this is my focus, and that thing is not something that ever crosses my mind, and I feel so bad. But
No, that
But you can
happens
come
to me
up
anytime.
I want to get a better green thumb. I remember working in my yard this year, and I was like simple things like knowing what flowers to buy at what time and like the little tricks. Like I actually love that. I think it's very, very therapeutic.
Yeah,
So I agree with you on that.
just simplifying.
Hiring somebody to do your backyard is not therapeutic.
It's not therapeutic, but
stressful.
helpful.
Yeah, I think I look back through 2016, and honestly, like Jackson and I, we were talking about this. We have nothing that like. There was never a point where I was like, oh, this is just too much. Like there were stressful, hard times, but 2016 was really great for us. So I'm almost like worried for 2017 because 2016 was so good that I'm like, I don't know how it could get better. You know, it was hard when we weren't
know
getting.
how.
I know, right? That's donut in my belly. Sorry. Just put this necklace over it. But like when we weren't getting pregnant, I look back and I feel like how thick that felt in the moment. Like it just was never happening. And then I feel selfish because it like now all of a sudden we're about to have a baby, and there's some people that I know are still going through that. And that was really hard for us. Like it wore on us as a couple a little bit, but then also like it brought us together. And so I don't know, 2016 was just so great. Like really there was never a moment where I was like, this is too much, I can't handle it. But I feel like I've had enough of those moments before those years. So I feel like I've already hit my midlife crises, right? Yes. Please say yes.
Definitely.
Please say yes.
2017 is just going to be even better.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and let this baby roll on out. You know?
That's
Roll on
exactly
out.
what
Roll on out, baby.
Just roll
Give me
on
the
out.
drugs and roll on out, yo. I wish that's how it happened.
That's the
Kind of
title.
how it happens with me.
The babies are rolling on out.
I know. I'm like, should I schedule myself a C-section?
No, you
don't
can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
mean, we'll
that
see.
last time you were pinching my nipple, I was naked. I was passing out. I
Very
was like,
vulnerable. Just like, here's my body.
yeah, did you guys know that Colette pinched my nipple?
I did.
Thumbnail.
Thumbnail Colette.
She was just trying to help Cooper get like nurse,
Yeah.
and I didn't know what
Like
I was
here.
doing.
There you
You
go.
just gotta get them, you know.
You just gotta get that in there.
It's funny because I remember like looking at you being like, thanks so much because I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't ever remember like you like actually pinching it. I'm like, I wish I had a memory of that. It would have been great. A real bonding moment, you know? You can do it this time.
Okay, I'll help you out.
You be on the right, you be on the left.
Yeah. I nursed for, over 2 years. I'm like pro.
You're a pro.
I'm gonna be the one texting you like, I don't remember how to do this.
By the time I have this baby, it won't even have been a full year since I stopped nursing.
Oh my goodness.
What if
You're
this baby
right.
just like hates nursing? He
know.
won't. She won't.
She might.
I'm not
Braylee
gonna
wouldn't latch on.
She wouldn't.
Yeah.
So you
It's
never know how nursing
challenging.
will go.
2007.
But don't judge yourself. No
Yeah.
matter how it goes.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I felt that way with Braylee. I didn't feel any pressure to nurse. I didn't feel like bad or guilty. I was just like, it's just not happening and that's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And she's super healthy, probably my healthiest child.
She is
Right.
like, she's at that age where like, I remember being her age, I would want like Mountain Dew or Cheetos, and we'll be somewhere, she's like, can I have a Caesar salad and a water? I'm like, girl, this is the time where you can eat like.
so crazy. She her favorite thing is sushi. She's always had like a.
She's so healthy.
She's just an old soul.
Like a refined
she just
palate.
likes, yeah. She just has always liked older
I'm
things.
always jealous when we were traveling in the airport, like when all the kids were getting snacks. Braylee's like, I'll just maybe have those peanuts have a lot of salt. Like she was very healthy. Then she's like, I'll just get a water. I'm like, you're so good.
It's not always like that.
She did a really good job though. I was proud of her. It's crazy to me too. You guys have teenagers. It like blows
Oh
me
my
away.
gosh.
Yeah.
Like if Gavin will text me, I'm like, oh, it's my nephew. I'm old. He's texting me.
Yeah.
I love it, but it makes me feel like
Yeah.
how did that happen, you know?
It's so crazy. But it's also fun at the same time. As a mom, I think it makes you, like, really nervous, too. Like, oh, they're starting to, like, be an adult a little bit. Yeah. I don't think I'm ready for this.
Wait a second, stop. I think that has been the hardest thing in 2016 for me is watching Braylee grow so fast because she grew so fast in that year and just changed so much, and she reminds me a lot of myself when I was a teenager, which I'm like try to deny when I get mad at her for things, but like that's exactly how I was.
Wait,
This is a difference. She is way more bullheaded and she is way smarter than I was. Like she's so smart. She totally can outsmart me, which is very scary. But
she's not watching this.
Just kidding, really. Just kidding. I'm still in control of this.
Still in control.
But I don't know. I feel like I learned a lot about parenting in 2016 and about the kind of parent that I want to be, and I feel like I'm still working on that, and that is still a goal of mine in 2017 is just to know what I'm doing. Like it's hard to like parent a teenager, and it's hard to parent Gage, who is still like in elementary school, but he's a boy and I don't relate to him as well, and he's older but he's still like little and still wants hugs, and then a toddler that I'm like chasing. I just feel like that is like my goal is just like, okay, I need to like figure this out and just focus on each of them. That is a big goal
I feel like
of mine.
we'll never have it figured out.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
That's my plan
that
is to never have it figured out, because then it's like right when you do, something will change, or like
does,
they get older,
exactly.
and then you're like, how is this?
Oh, yeah.
Because I felt like, okay, Braylee and I are like on this good, like we have this good thing going. She was in elementary school, she was still little, and then she was like in middle school. And now I'm like,
It's like 13 going on 30, but not really. You're like, wait.
wait a second, I don't know what's going on.
What do you have any goals for 2017 other than, this?
He is kicking so much, and I feel like you guys
Really?
could
Can
see-
I
Yeah.
can I do this?
He's like down. He's all over the place, but
I'm touching her baby.
yeah, if you feel him, I'll be so happy. He gets shy. Why do babies do that?
He's like, oh.
I know they always stop when you're like, it's kicking.
Yeah.
Go.
Right there. One of my goals was I want to be like nourish my family more, so I'm really gonna try to cook more from home, and that's probably like such a silly goal.
No,
but we've
that's a
gotten
great
into the
goal.
worst habit of eating out, and it's so easy because it's like I forget. I don't know. I don't think that Jackson realizes like when you work from home, you're still working, but like while you're in the home, you multitask. Like I'll be doing laundry and editing a vlog and doing emails and all these things. And all of a sudden it's like 5, 6 o'clock, and it's just so much easier to be like, oh, like let's just go grab something, But I really feel like it's not healthy, and I love cooking for my family.
Yeah.
But the first night that I cooked for them, Jackson only ate one helping, and then Cooper wasn't even hungry. I was like, this goal sucks.
I know, that's so hard when like
I'm done.
like no one likes what you made and they're just
Yes.
Yeah, that's the challenge. Like when we get on a routine where we're eating out a lot, it's like, of course, everybody gets to order what they want, so they don't have to like eat what you make.
Yes.
And like,
I think it's made Cooper so picky though.
Yeah.
Like now he won't even try anything, and I'm like, I remember when going out was a treat.
right.
And now it just seems like when we get a home cooked meal, I feel
It's
like
a treat. Because
Yeah.
it's like we're so busy that that's,
So
I
that's
totally understand that.
that's my main goal. And I just decided I'm like, I have a lot of other little goals, but like not swear so much. That's another good one I want to do.
I should do that too.
Today's not been a good day. But my main goal is like, I'm just going to nourish my family better. And whether it's like taking them out to hike or like just doing more things together as a family that's like overall healthier for us.
Yeah.
So
That's a
we'll
good
see how
goal.
that goes.
that is really good.
If you have good recipes, send them to me.
Pinterest.
I know, but
I
always
pin so
fail.
many and then I forget.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Or you screenshot it for later,
Yeah.
and then you go through your phone and you're like, what is
How do I
this
even make
writing?
that?
In the moment, good intentions, people.
Yeah.
I think it's so good to focus on your family because I think everyone should focus more on their families because that could solve so many things. When you feel love at home, it can solve so many things. Like, your kids are happier at school and then they spread that happiness at school. And so I think that's really good. And it can start with just eating dinner at your dining room table together.
Like sitting down together, turning everything off, and much missed stuff in the home.
That's true.
Almost said in the needed home. I should just stop.
Words, they're hard. Like I said.
What about you?
I feel like, oh my gosh, I have so many goals, but I'm trying not to like put them on myself too much.
Yeah.
I guess my main goal is to have more self-compassion.
That's a good one.
Because I've been learning a lot lately about how you cannot truly love the people in your life unless you truly love yourself. within and forgive and just be okay with who you are. And I feel like for a long time I was sort of like burying that a little bit. Like, you know, like we give our kids praise and we are grateful for our kids, but then when it comes to ourselves, we like break ourselves down
Right.
so much, so often. And it's like we all do it. We go through that different phases in our lives where we do it more and do it less, but nonetheless, I feel like we all do it. And so I'm
Right.
like, I feel like I want to focus on not, it sounds weird to focus on me, but really
No.
I do. I want to focus on me and getting my mind and my body healthy. And I feel like I'm more able to care for my family if I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
that.
That's been my goal.
You're like the
that's
white
really
Oprah.
I think that
What's the white Oprah?
in 2016 I did that a lot, like, and I felt selfish at times, but I was just like, I have to know that I'm strong, and I have to know that I'm worth it, and I have to know that I can get through anything, because 2016 felt like a roller coaster, and I did focus a lot on myself, and it is like such a selfish feeling, and it makes you feel a little bit of shame, and you just have to push that away, because I do feel like I'm a better mom, and I do feel like I'm just like more present, because I'm not just like exhausted emotionally.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that that's so good.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in a good place now that this year I really want to focus on serving. I love Christmas time because we're thoughtful of others, our family members, people who are in need, and we just notice that. We're aware of that around us. And sometimes we get so caught up in just day-to-day life. We're busy. We have so much going on. And at Christmas time, I was like, that's what I really want to focus on, is just serving others, my family, people in need, and just be aware of who might need something. Even just like a little note, like
Yeah.
just write someone a little note. It doesn't have to be like you're gonna go and buy them Christmas. You can just like,
That goes such a long ways because it's like so few and far these days that you get something like that.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm around here with Oprah and Oprah's sister. I'm like, I'm just gonna cook better food. I want some more food in my house.
no, but I think that that's so good because that's serving your family, and that's something like, I think when we think about serving others, we kind of forget about like serving our family. And I read something somewhere about a mom who kept getting after her son because he wouldn't clean his room, and it was making her crazy, and they just were fighting about it all the time. And one day she walked into his room and she just got a feeling like he's overwhelmed. Like he has school, he has sports, he's busy. And so she cleaned his room, like to serve him, and how like he told her that that was so much pressure off of him. And that's what I did at Christmas time. I walked into Gage's room and I was like,
Okay.
why do we fight about this? And I was like, I should clean his room. And I did not get that reaction from him. But I felt good because I felt like I do need to serve my family more in little ways like that, not just, in doing their laundry. But, like serving,
Washing
like,
your dirty underwear all the time.
being aware of what they might need. Because they're overwhelmed too. Like if you think back to when you were a kid, you had a lot going on.
Or even like, do they know what the word, like we know what to look clean is, like, and how I expect clean. But to the kids, like, do they know what clean your room even means?
Right. Gage, no, he does not.
Cooper tries.
It's
I
such
also-
a challenge, but
So hard.
But
And
I think
feel
part
like I
of
was like, ugh.
part of serving them too is also like showing them how to do it or teaching them like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what you do. And I mean, I get in fights all the time, especially with Emmy. Her room, I'm like, girl,
Emmy and Gage are like very, very
they're
similar.
so
people.
similar. So cute.
Yeah.
They're very similar. But then I recognize like when I help her or when I pay Avia to help her.
Yeah.
She feels so good about it.
Yeah.
And she's like, look, Mom, my room's clean. And it's like, I try to give her as much praise as possible, even though I know that kind of Avia did most of it. But it helps her feel that sense of accomplishment. Like, look what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because things like that are like more challenging for others. Like
Yeah.
cleaning my house is more challenging for me. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm going to do this stuff first and then I'll clean my house later. So I get it. But I also, through cleaning Gage's room, I wanted to teach my kids that I did that for him because I loved him. Because I sat him down and I was like, I cleaned your room. Do you know why? He was like, because I don't do a good job. Because I didn't do it right. Like he was going through all these things and I was like, no, it's because I love you.
Yeah.
And that's why we do things for other people, because we love them. Because I've been trying to tell my kids that, like, we should serve each other. Like, if you notice that Winston's having a hard time putting his toys away, just sit down with him and put them away with him. Or if Braylee has to do the dishes, like, help her load them or something, like, because we love each other. And
Yeah, put the love back in it.
yeah.
It's a good idea.
But then I felt guilty because he was like, I suck. I was like, no.
That was a good teaching moment.
Yeah.
So I think that's natural for all kids to feel like, I can't do it. I'm a bad kid.
Yeah.
But it's just not true.
So many goals for 2017. I think it's going to be a great year. Let us know any of your goals for 2017. And like we said earlier, we're so grateful for you. We couldn't do the Moms U without your love, support, and all of your amazing comments. So leave them for us down below because we appreciate them.
Love you guys.
We love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Happy 2017.
Bye.
Happy New Year.